deal with that no more. So she stopped looking at it. So she's like, I didn't even catch it because the audio was bad in the beginning. So I was like, wow, okay.
All right, we're live now.
All right.
All right, so welcome, beautiful people. This is Matthew, your host, Day and Night Podcast, episode number 33. All right, we got a good one coming to you. As always, like, subscribe, comment. As my favorite saying, your thoughts becomes your belief, and your belief becomes your manifestation. All right, Mark, this is Mark, baby, today.
Yeah, you're going to put that one on me. No, hey, how's, I can't even talk. How is everybody doing? Good afternoon, Sunday fun day. I just want to say I appreciate the ones that are watching. You know who you are, so I ain't got to say no names. Just continue to do so. And like I was telling one of y'all today, please leave a comment. I know y'all feel like y'all don't have to. I know you want to watch and then take it in, but also your input is important because like I said, we need feedback, not just watching the show or just enjoying it. I want y'all to interact, engage with us on our topic. Because again, I'm curious as Matt is for what y'all think and what y'all opinion are on the subjects that we talk about. So on that note, I'm gonna get started, but I'm gonna do what I do. I always say this every morning, STS guys. I live by it, I believe it, I know that it works. That's why I believe in saying STS. Stay focused. You got to trust your process. And most of all, stay consistent. That's in a nutshell. If you do all three in accordance, or in other words, in a circuit together, you'll get what you want. Whatever it is. It don't have to be in the fitness world. It could be on your financial level or whatever your goals are in life. So this is across the board. That's why I use that, because all three of those work hand in hand. You can't do one without the other. So the topic today, and I wanted to do this one because I train, like I'm a trainer. So I had a client and we was talking the other day. And as you guys know, whoever do go to the gym, some of you may work out at home, but I noticed, as my client noticed, that the women, the attire nowadays is these stretch pants or yoga pants, as they call them. Some of them are decent, but some of them is very revealing. They show a lot. There's nothing with me, no personal feelings I have against it, but my client actually brought it to my attention. That's why I want to do a show on it, because this is a lady, and she was like, and it was a younger girl, about 20, maybe 19 at the youngest. And she was saying that, you see that girl over there? You see how her pants is so revealing? Like literally, this young lady might as well have been naked, because the pants, the yoga pants was like a lightish brown, but they was so skin tight that it revealed everything. When I say everything, use your imagination when I say everything. So she was just saying, is what is going on? Is that the new look for this generation? So I was like, you know what? That'd be a good topic to bring up on the podcast. Is basically, do you guys feel that, is it inappropriate? Is it appropriate with the yoga pants, the gym attire that these young ladies and even some older women is wearing nowadays in the gym? So that's what the topic is about, or subject. So like I said, I'm gonna go right into it. So I pretty much gave y'all the storyline of what's this about. So like I was saying earlier, a client of mine noticed that, and she brought it to my attention, and she asked me what was my opinion, because I'm a trainer and I'm in the gym basically 7 days a week. So I told her, I said, personally, now this is just my own personal opinion. I ain't judging nobody. To my lens, I don't see nothing wrong with it. If women choose to wear that, then that's your own prerogative. Now, this is what I told her, and I tell even my clients that do like to wear that attire. You got to be understanding of what you do is a consequence that comes with it. You're going to attract what you wear sometimes. Now, my client was like, so what does that mean? So you're trying to say we're looking for these guys to look at us? I said, well, men, we visual creatures. So if you're going to put on something that's revealing, we're going to look at you. And 9 times out of 10, we're not thinking about your mindset or, how good you are of a person. We should, but we're looking at you for what you're wearing, and that's ideally what we're thinking about. It's going to be more sexual. So that's the type of men you're going to attract. The guy could be the best guy, gentleman, whatever, but if you're going to wear that, that's the first thing that's coming through his mind. is damn, she look good and she's beautiful. So the only thing he's thinking about is the sexuality of you, not your personality, how smart you are, or whatever. So that's where my client was like, "But that's not right because you can't judge a woman by what she wears, and we wear it to be comfortable. It's not to catch attention." And that's where I was pretty much didn't agree with it because I'm like, I get it. I have all the women tell me the same thing. So I will say I understand. I can't say I know what it's like because I don't wear it. So I can't identify with that. I'm just going for what the ladies tell me. She said it's comfortable. The texture, I guess, of the actual the pants feels real loose and it like sticks to your skin, so it makes you feel comfortable in so many words. So again, I said that's fine, but if you wear some of them, that this one lady that was wearing where it showed the camel toe and the crack of the glutes, you can see everything. Like I said, literally looked like she was walking around naked. I said, you only gonna get certain type of people looking at you, and it ain't gonna be nothing respectful. So again, she's like, why can't we wear that? I said, you can wear it, but you ain't gonna get nobody respecting you. And if you do, his intentions at some point is let me see if I can hit that. So I told her, if you really just here to work out, because me personally, it's the other side of the fence. I told her, if you want to really just come work out, why did you wear sweatpants? And I get it, summertime is hot. And she's like, oh my God, who the hell wears sweatpants anymore? And I know I don't even wear sweatpants, so I know that's kind of a lost art. I get it. But my point was, if you really wasn't trying to get attention, then go in there in sweatpants and a t-shirt and get your workout on. That's what you're there for anyway. And then she made the comeback, well, it's too tight, it's loose, but it's heavy. So it's gonna make you feel uncomfortable and it's gonna make you sweat. I said, what's wrong with sweating? There's nothing wrong with that. I sweat a hell of a lot when I work out. So I was like, I'm sorry, I'm just not gonna go with that. But that's where she was like, well, most women is not gonna do that. And then this is where it got funny. It got funny. She said, well, we still wanna look cute. I said, okay, so you are trying to get attention. And then she's like, well, yeah, we women, we still gonna love the attention, but that's not what we want. We like it, but we don't want it. I said, okay, but that to me is a double standard, personally. I don't see how you can say that and then get mad or not mad, don't like when certain guys look at you. And this is what I told her. I said, the problem is, in my opinion, you don't mind if the right guy look at you.
Exactly.
Then you cute dude, he's looking at me, he's gonna come talk to me. It's the guys that's not cute, it's the ones that gets y'all offended. And then y'all feel like, why is this guy trying to talk to me? And he ain't my type. So that's what I was saying earlier. You gotta understand what you wear going to attract everyone, not just the guy that you want. It's going to attract that ugly dude, bad breath, whatever you want to say, that's going to come at you and normally probably the one more courage to come and try to talk to you than the guy you want to come talk to you. So that's the catch-22. So I'm going to throw it at you, Matt, and let me hear your opinion. And ladies, if you out there, I need you to really comment on this because it's got to be a woman input as well as just us, Matt and I. We need a lady's opinion on this. So go ahead, Matt. I want to hear what you think.
Yeah, so I think this is perfect timing.
Yeah.
So I know what the topic is. I don't want to get off of it, but I say it's perfect timing because I don't know if you heard the situation that happened with Keke Palmer and her boyfriend.
No.
So apparently she went on, I think Usher was having a concert or something in Las Vegas, and she had on like this revealing outfit. So the whole, that she had like shorts on, boy shorts underneath, a bra top, but what she had over top of that was sheer. And you could literally see her, like you could see her ass.
Yeah. And
some people say it was inappropriate. And the boyfriend went on Twitter and said, this is very distasteful, or this is disrespect. This is not how a mom should represent herself.
Right.
So everybody went in on him and was like, first of all, you wrong. Women should be able to wear whatever they want to wear. And just because she's a mom doesn't mean that she can't wear something that makes her feel comfortable. And then she came back and made a video, some dance video. And in the video, the song was saying, or she was saying, if you can't handle me, I'll sneak out or I get a sneaky link or something to that effect.
Yeah.
But anyway, to get back on the topic. So it's funny because I'm kind of both ways with it. I understand how a woman can say, this is what I feel comfortable with. if I want to actually go to the gym and wear something that I'm comfortable with,
Right.
it shouldn't bother somebody else, and men should be able to be mature enough to handle a woman that's wearing
Right.
something that could be somewhat revealing. So I
Uh-huh.
understand that. But the other side of me, I'm like you in the sense of, why are you wearing something like that? There's other things you can wear. You can wear shorts.
Yeah.
It don't necessarily have to be spandex where you got camel toe all out, booty all
Uh-huh.
out.
Yeah.
So the first, thought that's going to come to your mind is, what are they trying to do? Is she trying to get attention?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's wrong, because a woman would say a man should be able to be mature enough to handle it.
Right.
But like you're saying, most men are visual creatures, and it's going to be a challenge not to look. Just natural instinct of a man is going to want to look.
Right.
Now, there's a difference from looking and a difference from staring and giving like a perverted stare where it makes them feel uncomfortable. And I think that may be what a female could be talking about, as far as it shouldn't offend you. And as long as you don't take it to that level, then you should be able to look, and that's it. Like a quick, maybe 1-2, and not even a 1-2, just catch it off at a glance and like, damn, she fine.
Yeah.
But not to a point to where it's that distracting, or you feel as though that, why the hell you wearing that? You got me distracted. So I see both sides of it. I just think where I'm at now, with my maturity level and stuff, I look at it from that perspective.
Right.
And not saying that you or any other man is immature if they don't look at it from that perspective, but I'm just saying, for me personally,
Yeah.
I'm matured to that point to whereas I'm not just going to judge them and be like, well, what the hell are you doing? But I do get, like, for those men that's not mature, that it can cause a distraction. And it does raise the question, what is the point? Like, why do you feel as though that's appropriate?
Yeah.
So that's my spin on it. But yeah, so like I said, I'm on both sides of the fence with that.
Yeah, so to go back on that, like you said, you're right. And it's funny because the client, Brooklyn, I said her name. Yeah, I said you, Brooklyn. But she said the same thing. Like, men should be able to act like they've seen that before. And she said the same thing. You should be mature enough to not overreact. So I was like, I get that. Like, say less. But what I'm saying is, I get where some guys I hate to say stare, because I see it every day. As a trainer, I see it every day. So to me, I'm numb to it. So if I look at one, it's looking at it, but it's not like, oh my God, she got a nice ass. Like, I need to go talk to her. It's like, oh wow, she has nice glutes. She looks good in it. Then I keep on moving, because this every day is nothing new. It's nothing that's going to capture my eye or attention to where I'm going to be distracted. So that's where, for me personally, it's not on that level. Like I was saying, I don't care if the women wear it. I always just tell women, like my girl clients, you got to understand what comes with that. Like, is it fair for them to stare if they do? No. But it's just like, if it's a ridiculous accident or a minor accident, what do we all do? We slow down, and I get mad. I'm like, what the hell are they looking at? And then I'm curious. I'll take a little peek, and then I drive by, and it's not that important. So I think it's a natural reaction if you see a woman with those pants on, because again, they so revealing. You're gonna look. But like you said, now the dude stare and make himself feel all creepy like a pervert. Yeah, that's too much. Act like you've seen a girl before, a lady in that outfit. So that, you gotta act like you've been there before. But I think more or less the conversation that we was talking about is, why is that the thing nowadays? So again, we can exclude the comfort level. We get that. But it seems like, to me, it's they want attention too. Because I had a client, she was cool, she was Filipino. And she was the total opposite. Like, I was like, damn, I can't remember her name, but I'm just gonna say Z, because it's something with a Z. I'm like, damn, Z, you ain't hot. Because I mean, she literally had sweatpants on, one of those sweat jackets. Oh, the girl had a beanie on, and she's like, what? I don't want nobody looking at me. I can't stand how people stare. I'm like, well, if you look good, you look good. She said, yeah, but it just brings more attention. And I'm comfortable with this, but I don't need to reveal my body. Nobody needs to see my body but my husband. I'm like,
Right.
damn, you kind of conservative. She said that's okay, but it's people that just too rude or disrespectful. So I prefer to cover up. So I have to respect her too. But the only reason why I brought her up is because you have that mentality where I don't have to look sexy in the gym. Not against that women want to, but to me, that's a woman. I get it. You want to be color coordinated because they come in with the whole outfit. I get that, but they have regular outfit where you can wear the sports bra, the shorts, like you said, or even the compression pants, but they're not as skin tight.
Right.
So that was more or less the conversation: is what make them go that route. The dude's gonna look, but it's like some of these girls is wearing stuff where it's just revealing so much, and it's like, okay, just understand you can still work out in regular clothes and still be attractive. Because I told Z, I was like, you look good even in that. I mean, she did. She had a figure that even with the sweatpants, when I told her, I said, you still reveal your body, even though it's not like gripping you and hugging your body and suffocating you, but she still showed her figure. Because I was telling my buddy that the other day. I said, a woman look good or she has glutes is if she wear regular sweatpants and still fill it out to where it's just the same. It's almost the same that she wearing those compression pants. So that's where the only reason why I say women can still wear regular attire and guys gonna look, they gonna look, but it won't be to the point where it's like you drop your weights and turn around like this dude did today. And that's why I was like, man, it's perfect timing because there was a girl. For one, the lady, the pants was like that fluorescent color, that bright ass. So it makes you look just because they were so damn bright. But the pants, I'm trying to do a visual. It had the shape of the booty, looked like it was the glutes. But it was like, it looked like she had underwear on, but it was just a design. But then it had a line going right down the crack to where it looked like it was a wedgie. And then the front, like I said, it was exposing all of her lower body, the lower part, to where it's gonna make you look. There's no reason why you're not gonna look because it was that. I'm serious. Like everybody in the gym literally was looking at her. And then I heard a girl next to us say, man, she's just trying to get attention. So that's where it goes back to what we were saying earlier. It's your comfort level, it's your prerogative. We get that. But again, teach his own, but that is to me a way of saying, hey, I want everybody, all eyes on me. Now, again, if you're comfortable with that, then fine, do you. But to me, as a trainer, my thing is go to work out. That's what you're there for, workout. It shouldn't be a fashion show. It shouldn't have to be, why are you looking at me? That's why I'm comfortable. Just go something that's going to feel comfortable, but still you're not going to have the whole gym pause and on you, because that's what's going to happen. Again, like you said, I get it, Matt. Be mature. And I think you can be mature, but even being mature, you're still going to be like, damn, okay. What's your interior motive here? You got everybody looking at you, now what? So that's just where I'm at, but I get it, teach his own. That's why I don't have a problem with it. As a trainer, like I said, I see it all the time, so I'm numb to it personally. I look, but it's not like, damn, I gotta go and goggle, like goggle, whatever the word is called, not goggle, but
Google.
drool over, so teach his own is how I look at it. But I just always tell women, just understand, you're gonna attract sometimes the wrong people because it's an attention getter, so, but.
I just want to say, for all the listeners out here, you will learn new words here on Day and Night Podcast. The new word for the day is smothercake. If you ever heard of it, look it up in the Day and Night Dictionary under Mark, because he just literally made up a word called smothercake. I think I know you meant smother, but hey, I like it. It sounds good. I was like smother cake.
Yeah, you know what I was trying to say, smother. Yeah, like.
All right, but
anyways, yeah,
I lost my train of thought. All right, so get back to the you said the why. This is me personally. I think not to blame social media, but I believe because so many women now is actually they record themselves working out, and that's the type of attire that they wear. So I think people are seeing it and they think, okay, she looked good in that. And I don't think it's more or less for all women, but for a good majority, it's just because it looked good, it looks comfortable, and because you keep getting stimulated with it on almost every social media site. So I think you're just subconsciously, people are seeing it and they think that's, what you're supposed to wear. So I think that's one reason why. And the other reason, the one you was talking about, when it looked like it was just too much exposed, that I think was just trying to get attention. I do think there's a difference between trying to get attention and somebody just wearing something to be comfortable. Now, I will say this, I don't see dudes doing this in the gym, but as far as the videos and stuff, you got dudes now that's working out with the spandex too, or real short shorts and no shirt on. Now, I know that's different because they're advertising a video, either themselves or a workout or what have you. But as far as like in the gym, we don't see that. So I don't know. I go at night. I go about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, so I don't see it.
I raised my eyebrow because I was just about to say, let's pause on that, because it's funny you mentioned that, because that was going to be the next segue I was going to go into, where it's trickling over and transitioning to men wearing it. And I'm not trying to bash the younger generation, but it is basically young guys that's doing it. The gym I go to, the Fitness Connection, is more of a younger crowd.
Right.
The daytime is more or less the older crowd, because they get ready to go to work, whatever. So I go in the evening because of my job. So I have to go around 7:38, and it's more or less 18 to 30 is the age group. And all those guys is wearing it too. So I think it's just where we at in time, where, like you said, social media, all these people doing workout videos are posting it, and it's catching. It's a trend. So even the young dudes, there was 2 cats in there the other day that had the spandex tight, exposing everything, and the dudes wearing the short shorts, showing the legs off. So I'm just like, okay, well, this is where we at, because now I can't blame the women, because the men are doing it. Now, me personally, I ain't going that route. I don't have the legs for it anyway. But I also was like, you know what? If my legs was like that, I would probably show them off too. So I had to catch myself. But personally, I just think dudes don't know. Stop. The little shorts maybe to the knees, but this guy had it up. It looked like he's wearing little Daisy Dukes. And I was just like, really? Like, why? That cannot be comfortable for us, first of all. It's too tight right in there. So I was like, wow. But again, this is where we at in time. So I guess that's something where I guess I have to adjust and realize, being older, I'm used to the old way with the baggy shorts, or not even baggy, but just loose shorts, a tank top, or even a tight shirt, the muscle shirt. We just went in this era where that's the trend for the gym attire. Now, there's the other thing I was going to comment on, though. This is kind of outside the gym. Same thing. I get the same feedback. Ladies say it's comfortable, but I see women wearing it to the store now. So I'm thinking, oh, they must went to the gym. No, they just put it on to go out, to go to the store, go to the sports bar. I mean, it's more of a dress attire than just the gym. That was the other thing too. That's where I'm like, now what's the crossover? How's that different? Like, if you going out, not out to like a club or something, but like I said, social gathering, and you wearing that, and you ain't do no workout at all, but you wearing that outfit. So it's just going to kind of make you feel like, okay, you definitely want to get attention in, because you ain't go to the gym. So you're wearing it in a social gathering. So why are you wearing it there, to get attention, or is it really that comfortable or convenient just to throw that on? Because if it's that comfortable, then I get it. But to me, if it's a social gathering, you would want to look kind of nice, casual, but still attractive. So to me, if you're wearing that attire that you would wear to a gym, what's the difference? Because you're in a different setting is the reason. So it's justifiable when you go out and say, well, I'm going out, so I look good and I'm wearing it. But when I'm in the gym, I'm just wearing it because it's comfortable when I'm working out. You know what I mean? So that's what, to me, is like kind of funny how they make it a difference on the reasoning or why they wear it. Like I said, grocery store, I get it. You know, you just in and out. But I've seen women come in like that in the sports bars. You know, they could have went to the gym, but I'm just saying, no, that's a little bit more of a norm than it's not. So that's why I'm thinking, okay, so what's the difference? Like, if it's really that comfortable, but you wearing it in a social gathering, to me, you want to be a little bit more seen there than you would in the gym. So to me, that means the outfit is capturing you, so you will get their attention. So I don't know.
I
What
think
do you think about that one?
Yeah, I think it comes down to pretty much what you said. It's the time that we in, the timeline that we in. Not to say it's, accepting or to say it's okay, but I was thinking about this the other day. I said, we're 50, so our mindset is totally different. I think some of it is still back in the time that we grew up, the standards and stuff that we had and the values and morals. And that's just not where it is right now. Not saying that that's okay, but this generation, this timeline that we in, that's what's accepted. I mean, not to get into the whole LGBTQ thing, but I mean, look at that. That's accepted, where back in the day, that was forbidden. That was taboo. But now stuff like that is more, it's accepted. And so it's like, what can we do? Because our values and morals is not the same as these new generations that's coming up now. And it's like, as much as we would like to force it on them, it's just not there. So, but as far as like that, like the whole thing with the Kiki Palmer, and then who was the other one? I think Gabrielle Union had something like that where you could see her ass, and no, Sierra, and people was dogging her out. Like, same thing, she had her ass out. So
that was
again,
too
like
much.
if you don't,
I mean,
it's like if you don't respect yourself enough, to say, you know what, I'm going to at least respect my husband. Now, if he was cool with it, it's like, babe, I don't care what you wear. I know who you are. I know who you with. I'm confident. I'm secure. You do you. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, we can't really judge because the values and morals that we have. So whatever values and morals they have, that's what they have. So they feel okay with that. And it's like, who are we to judge and say that they're wrong for that? Because it's going back to like last week's topic as far as beliefs. Everybody got different beliefs. So we can't like force our beliefs, not you, but people can't force their beliefs on other people and say what they're doing is wrong. So that's just what I got out of it. I honestly yesterday was thinking, like, I can't keep thinking that because the way I think and what my values and morals, everybody else should have the same. It's just, it's just not going to happen, especially now. The way things are going, people are doing any and everything they want to do. So.
I mean, you're right. We in this era where, to me, everything is expressive to them. Hey, this is who we are. We want to express ourselves. So take us as we are or don't, but this is what I'm going to do. And that's pretty much even in the fashion world, it's like that. But to me, it's funny because at work, I always got to come with something with work. Everything happens at work. But the reason why I would say this was last year when I started working for where I'm at the manufacturing plant. And we have a lot of women that work there. And this is why I say, and I'm going backwards again, why I think is more or less women know what that outfit does, because this girl, cute little girl, had a nice body, but we have a dress code. And I'm like, come on, how could you not know that? Like, they tell you that orientation. So anyway, so they tell you we have to wear blue jeans, tuck in the shirt, because we're in a manufacturing company and it's welding. So sparks can pop out or your clothes can get snagged. So we have a certain criteria or dress code. So no baggy clothes, women, no earrings. The guys, no skinny jeans. The pants, the bottom has to come past the boot. It can't go. No, gotta go to the boot, not past it, because them skinny jeans, they bag, they sag or whatever. So the women, no yoga pants. but the girl took it upon herself to wear them anyway. And she wore them and revealed everything. So people was looking, staring, talking, admiring, and they sent her home. So she got all butthurt. Well, what the hell? That's not fair. That's not right. Clearly, she didn't read the codes and all that, or the orientation when they told her what you can and can't wear. But she wanted to make a big fiasco about this is what did she say? This is discrimination because I should be able to wear what I want. I'm comfortable. But they told us if one is too skin tight, it's revealing too much. And that's what they told her. Like what you're wearing is a distraction for one, but two, it's not the proper attire. So they was right just because it was according to the dress code. But she was like, ain't nothing wrong with this, and I can wear what I want. So they fired her because she just was not obtaining to the dress code. She was being what's the word I'm looking for?
Combative?
Uncontrollable, whatever you want to use. So the moral of the story is she knew what she was doing because she knew it was a dress code, but she wanted attention because all the guys would run up and try to help her. She ain't need no help because the way that she looked. So that's why, again, all I'm basically trying to say is I do think, not all the time, not all the women, because I know most of the women is comfortable. I get it. But I think there is some, case being this one lady, she knew what attention she was going to get, so she deliberately wore it. So I think sometimes, and there's always there's some of these women out there, when they looking at their outfit, this is the one. And one of my clients, I'm not lying, she said this, I need to get snatched. So she wanted to look good. She said, I want to get snatched. And I'm like, you 40-something, you don't need to get snatched. Should have been snatched already. But I'm thinking that sometimes they look in their closet, it is always that one outfit that they be like, ooh, this is the one that's going to get the attention. I'm going to get my boyfriend or husband or whatever. And I'm joking a little bit about what I'm saying, but I think sometimes some women, be real, some of y'all be honest now and just say, yes, some of us do that. And I think it's certain outfits they know this is the one that's going to pop, that's going to get me that attention. That I might want this one day. Maybe it's one of them days she needs that little self-esteem boost. So she get that popping outfit and be like, this is one. And she get all that feedback and it just makes her feel better about herself. Again, I'm just throwing it out there being a little silly, but I really believe that just because that girl, for example, at work, she knew she couldn't wear it, but she did anyway because she knew the attention that was going to come with it. So sometimes I think that does play a role. Some women know when they can wear that outfit because they know the attention that's going to come.
So let me ask you this. You mentioned this earlier. You said men are visual creatures. So women know this. Yeah. So if you're trying to attract a mate, wouldn't it make sense to attract that mate based off of the number one way that will attract them to you? So right. If women know that men are visual creatures, so wouldn't it make sense for them to dress up a certain type of way or, present themselves so they are attracting them in that aspect? Yeah. And then you can flip it too, whereas men, most men that have money, big muscles, well endowed, whatever the case is, they're going to use that to their advantage to attract women. And like I said, men with money, they're going to use that with a nice car, jewelry, wallet, or whatever the case is. Not wallet, but money in the wallet or big fat knot. So they're using the same tactic, or using a tactic to attract women. Yeah. So that's why how I look at it now, it's like, okay, I see one aspect of it, but then I see the other side of it too. So if men are always saying we're visual this, visual that, then what else are they supposed to do to get their attention? If men were saying, I'm attracted to your energy, I'm attracted to your intellect, and that's all we talked about, and they knew that was the number one thing that we focused on, then I think women would be a little bit more conservative as far as how they present themselves. So I think it all depends on the how you look at it, what perspective you're taking. And going back to the other side of it, like we're saying that women wearing stuff like this that's revealing, then you can flip it back to, well, how about these more so the young men that's wearing these damn jeans and even dress pants with the damn ass hanging. So, so it's like you could point at both sides. You can say women are doing this, and men are doing that. So again, for me, it's just at the end of the day, not saying that it's right, but where that person's individual value is for themselves is going to dictate as far as how they present themselves. And like nobody can force that on them.
Right. No, I mean, I agree with you on that. Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, we both saying the same thing. Like, I don't want nobody out there thinking that I'm trying to condemn women for wearing this. Like I said, I don't have a problem with it. But all I say is that was a great point, how guys with money do the same thing to get women. They flaunt what they got. So I think across the board, women and men, like you said, we know what we can use, our best asset to get what we want. But all I say is that I want everybody to understand where I'm coming from is if you're going to do that, just understand what comes with that is you're going to get everybody. Even though it may be right in your eyes, that's like you just said, you can't stop the ones that don't have no business coming to talk to you that's going to try to talk to you. And you can't be, oh, why is he trying to talk to me? I ain't my type. You can't get mad at that because you knew what you was going to wear is not just going to draw the guy you want. It don't work like that. You ain't going to get that one dude that you hope. You're going to get everybody. Some might be more respectful, but some is going to be the ones that's going to be like, damn it, he's the wrong fool that I wanted to talk to. Now, this is kind of off subject. This is my point. When I was at the gym, my client came in. She was telling me one of the girls up front, and I heard her talking about it because I came in first. She was talking with her coworkers, and she was saying, yeah, I tell this dude that I'm taking when he ugly, not ugly, but he ain't my type. I just tell him I'm taking so that way he'll leave me alone. So Brooklyn came in and she told me that she told the guy, this is my girlfriend right here. So the dude will leave her alone. So now they be acting all funny. Hey, girlfriend, what's up? So the point I'm making is she didn't want this particular guy talking to her. So what she does, and she says she does this all the time, if the guy is not who she wants, she tells him, oh, I'm in a relationship or I'm taken, I'm not available, which you have that right. But that's my point that I was talking about when you wearing certain pants, you're going to get that one person you don't want trying to talk to you because that's just the way it is. Because what you're revealing is revealed to everyone. It's not just going to be no movie where just the guy you want locked in on you, and he's the one that's going to come be your knight in shining armor. You're getting all the riffraff. So that's the only argument that I say is, do you? I don't have a problem with it. I think most dudes should be respectful and act like you've been there. Like, you know, my boss used to tell me, act like you've done this shit before. You know, don't act brand new. But just know it's a two-way street. For all of that, there's going to be a couple of those ones that be like, damn, this is not the one that's going to come up and try to be the one to be your guy. So that's the only thing I say when it comes to those outfits is just know you're going to get some of every little thing. But you're right. At the end of the day, it's the mentality of the person. I think it's this generation where we are in life. We at an expressive point in our life where anything goes. And you said it. I mean, to me, I feel like that's beating a dead horse. I think it's being overused is this is who I am. You don't have the right to judge me or whatever. This is my personal way of doing it, which is good. But I think that's where people lose value in morals because everybody's saying that. This is what I do. And it's like, you're not even supposed to question it because if you do, you're wrong for questioning somebody's interior motive, which don't judge them, but I don't think there's nothing wrong with questioning a person. Now, if you're going out and condemning them, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you shouldn't do that. But if I question you, be like, why are you wearing that outfit? What are you trying to do? I don't think that's a bad thing. If that's all I'm asking out of curiosity, and it's like, well, this is what I choose to wear. I like doing this, whatever. And I'm like, okay, now I know. It makes sense. And then I move around, but it shouldn't be condemned either for people asking or saying, why are you doing this? Because I think we just, everything across the board is, this is who I am, just accept it for what it is, don't judge me. It just seems like anything goes. I mean, literally everything is acceptable. And I know I'm off subject and let's get back to you, man. At work, Again, at work, guys, I know y'all like this dude do go to work too much. I do. 80 hours, no, 40 hours overtime, just to put that out there. 40 hours overtime, 80 hours regular. So yeah, that's my life. But it's this young group of girls that always choose to leave when they want to. They don't get no permission. They literally get a little group, hey, we want to leave at 3, we're gonna leave at 3. I don't feel like working the rest of the day. And they take off. So this one guy, young guy, like this generation, we just like that. We don't need to work here. This is not our career. This is just a job, and we don't care about where we work at. We're just here to get paid. And it's just like, don't question us on that. We don't have to be here. We choose to work here. So I'm just like, the mentality to me is everything is this is who I am. Don't question it. Just deal with it. And to me, I get it, but it's just it seems like it's being overused where everybody's just using it to their advantage to do what the hell ever, and nothing is supposed to be questioned anymore. I think we do need to question it because something has to be held accountable. Because right now, everybody just whatever, you know.
Okay. So really, really good points.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to get a little deep here. I'm about to go diving in a little bit. So this is how I see it. It kind of touches back on last week's topic as far as belief. So like I celebrate this moment.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, there's times where I question it, like, man, this make no sense. People out here just acting a fool. But then I sit back and think about it. Like right now, like, we're in the age of Aquarius, it's the awakening stage.
Yeah.
So because everybody was basically controlled at a point before, and you was basically raised to live a certain type of way. So whereas no one truly was being themselves. No one was truly being themselves. That's why I asked that question. I think I asked you and I asked my children, who are you? And TT was like, that's really complex. I want to get back with you. And that's like astounding to me because so many people, like when somebody asks you, who are you? You should be able to say that, like you're saying what your first name is. But so many people don't know who they are because you've been told for so long how to live, what's right, what's wrong, and no one truly was being who they felt they are, what's right and what's wrong. So in a society, now as crazy as it may be that we're seeing right now, to some it may seem chaotic, to others it may just be, as you say, I'm just being myself. Which, like I said, I celebrate it because we need to see how people truly are opposed to someone they're not. You know, you're just basically being controlled. I don't know if you ever done this before, but you like look at somebody's like, man, that joker seems fake. I know it's something. I know he got some bones or she got some bones in her closet. With around the right people, they'll be acting a fool.
Yeah.
So now that's basically taken away. Now people are being exactly who they are, and you can see it. So in my opinion, I just think because we've been controlled for so long, and now the veil, as they say, is being lifted, everybody else is being is exposed. And now you're truly seeing people for who they are, which I'm saying is a good thing, because now we can look at it and say, okay, we see people for who they are. Where do we go from here? Because again, like I said last week, everybody in a sense have their own universe they live in. You have your beliefs, I have mine. So based off of what you believe, you're projecting on, not you.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Why he dressed like that? Why he look, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, in their mind, when they wake up, that's fine to them. So it's like everybody is using their values and morals and saying, well, what you're doing is wrong, because that's what we've been told is wrong. So it's like no one is truly living in their natural, authentic self. Before, now people are actually are starting to do that. Now, I will say, some people are taking it to an extreme. I think some people are doing it just because it's a trend and like, oh, well, everybody doing what the hell they want to do, I'm going to do it. So I do believe there's still some people that still don't know who they truly are. They just acting out because everybody else is doing it. So there's like, well, shit, I'm going to just do whatever I want. And then people are doing stuff to get attention.
Right.
You know, because you can get paid now on social media. So what are people doing? They're
Yeah.
doing stuff above and beyond ridiculous to
Yeah.
get those
Mhm.
subscribers and views so they can get paid.
Right.
So that's how I see it. I don't know if
Yeah.
that makes sense or
No, that
not, but
makes 2000% makes sense. I get it. Like, I mean, in a nutshell, yeah, you're right. Everybody should be themselves. And I totally understand that where we're at that, like you said, awakening right now. And I'm like, again, I'm not saying that in a way to where people should go around judging still, because yeah, I think that is the reason why everybody are confused on who they are, because there's more fear of expressing who they are. But now it's like, hey, this is me. But again, I mean, at some point, and you said it a second ago, where do we go from here? Now that we all are being expressive and being understanding who we are, I still believe at some point there has to be some kind of order and organize of what you're doing, because it will be chaotic. And I think that's why you have to have structure, because if everything's chaotic, what's going to regulate it? Everybody's going to just do whatever. And at what point does it stop? Once we all get to we are who we are, and then some people go far and beyond, what's going to be able to not limit it or suppress it? I just hate using those words because that's like control. Just yeah, could just handle it in a manner to where it could be expressive, but it's not over the top where it's just overwhelming. Again, I know you're gonna say, well, that's to that person. Again, that's their individuality. They have that right. Now, this is kind of way off subject. Just follow me, try to figure out the point I'm trying to make. Okay, so again, I promise it's the last thing at work. So yesterday we had a shooting at our job, to the point where
damn.
the cop was out there, 50-something cops. They made us turn around and use another exit, because they have two main exits. One is the main entrance, then they call another one the south entrance, which is the entrance I usually go in for work. Because the campus is huge, the company we work for. It's a huge campus. So they got manufacturing buildings all over the place. Now, it's funny how people are. It was 3 different stories of what happened. Nobody never knows the truth. So one dude, we in the cafeteria after we finally got to work. Hey, you heard what happened? I'm like, no, I would love to know. He said, well, this guy pulled a gun out and got mad because they won't let him inside the gate to go to work. So he pulled a gun out on the security guard.
Wow.
And I'm thinking, he want to work that bad that he gonna force himself in? Like, who wants to work that bad? I'm like, say less. Let me turn around and go home. It's Saturday. Then another guy tells me, oh, did you hear what happened? I was like, at this point, I'm curious. No, what happened? My wife texted me and told me the news said that a guy was caught in the premises trying to steal a car. He couldn't get out. So he started shooting people, shooting at the security guards. And that's when they called all the cops. I was like, really? I said, well, I just heard earlier. And the third person comes up and tells me, oh, did you hear what happened? I said, what happened? Oh, the dude got mad because his girlfriend or wife was cheating on him. So he came up there to confront the guy and he shot him. And the dude was bleeding all over the place. So the point, he's like, what does this got to do with being free or who you suck? That's my point, is that people being free and just doing whatever, being expressive, I think it gets even to that point where whatever really happened, nobody knows, because there's 3 different damn stories. But that's just what I'm saying. At some point, everything's going to get so much out of order. People are doing things. And then one guy, the reason why I am bringing this up, the guy said, well, the dude has the right to do what he wants because he was pissed off. So that's what I mean. Like, well, if you pissed off, so you want to be expressive, so the way you handle it is violently. So that's where I say, yeah, be yourself. There was a dude the other day at the gym yelling and hollering when he working out. So the dude comes up and says, sir, can you calm down? You're a little too loud. There's no need. Man, I do what I want. I'm in the gym. I pay this amount of money. So that's my point. It's just at some point, yes, we can be ourselves, but I just think we going too far where now it's like, don't question me because I'm being me. It's just like, I don't have the right to question anything. Just let me do what I do, even if it's being disruptive. So that's the point I'm getting at. Not everywhere. Of course, I'm not saying that's how everybody are or is. All I'm saying is it could get to that point if we don't, at some point, just manage it, I guess I would say. There's nothing wrong. I agree with you 100. I'm not going against what you said. I'm just saying the other part of it is, yeah, this is great that we are being more expressive, but we have to manage it better because I think some of us are just getting out of control and running with it because we feel like we're at this point in life where I can be expressive and it's being a little over the top is like extra, you know? So that's all I meant by that. But I'm not saying nobody shouldn't be expressive because
Right.
I'm like that with me. I'm different. People ask me why I am who I am. But you know, I tell them this is what I do. I'm not affecting nobody else. You just curious because I'm not doing what you're doing. You know, but I get it. You should always be yourself. I don't have a problem with that at all. So I'm done. I know that was like 20-minute rant.
All right, I got something to not push back, but to probably explain a little more in detail. But the first thing he was talking about, as far as with the dude that came with the gun and got the 3 different stories, that was a perfect example from what I was saying last week. How you always going to have your truth, my truth, and then there's the absolute truth. The absolute truth out of that whole situation was he fired his weapon and the dude the security guard got shot. That's the only thing that should be taken out of that. But instead, it was so many different stories that didn't have anything to do with the main truth of the incident. Yeah. So I just love that you pointed that out. So it just kind of proved my theory of there's absolute truth out of every situation, but they're always going to be yours, mine, and the other person's truth.
Right.
But anyway, getting back to the to be who you are thing. So I think what I'm saying is I agree with you where there are people and things are getting out of hand to where people are doing any and everything. But what I'm saying is it's a good time because now people should, if they're really, really doing any introspection, and even someone just observing can see that there's a lot of people out here that have stuff that's going on, within inside themselves. And that's what I'm saying, because all this stuff is coming to the forefront. It's like there's no other choice now but to come up with a solution. So like, what is the solution? Do we resort back to how we were before, where we control people and we put on one belief, one value system, one moral system, and this is how everybody should function as a society and as a people. So it's obviously that didn't work, because now it's to a point to where people are doing any and everything, because like you said, now it's considered to be okay. So now people are doing these things. So that's how I see it. I see it now we're at the everything is illuminated and it's at the point of reckoning. Like we're at the fork in the road. Okay, which direction are we going to go? Like I said, we're going to go back to how we were before, continue to control people, continue to give people a one type of mindset, but with that, and not to touch on religion or anything like that or spirituality, but it's just what it is. If we all have that one mindset of serving a higher purpose, and allow that to navigate us, how we treat each other and how we conduct ourselves as a human being. But because you got so many different religions and different beliefs, that's almost impossible. It's never going to happen. So in a sense, this may sound bad, but I don't see it getting to a point to where it's going to get palatable, if that makes sense. Just like our logo, day and night. It's always going to be day and night. It's always going to be good. It's always going to be bad.
Yeah.
So my thing is, now we're at this point. So what do? Do we continue to go back to how we were before, controlling people, not allowing them to be who they are, and keeping them in the box to where it gets to a point where we are now, to where it has to be exposed? It's like a pressure relief valve. At some point, that thing is going to pop. And now we're at the point of, it's popping and everybody's doing who they feel as though they are. But I think the reason why people are acting like that, because they never really did find out who they truly are. So now it's like based off of the programming he had up until this point, they're lost because they don't truly know who they are. And I think that's why it's so chaotic.
Yeah. I got one more thing.
All right.
I know y'all probably trying to be like, this guy, man. But look, I'm telling you, that's what I love about my job is entertaining. It's always something goes on. So this is the last thing, for real. And I'm gonna say less. Right at the end of the day, everybody was just growing up about what happened. Like it just ruined the whole mood for the day. It set the tone. People weren't into it. People was lethargic. People was just like, why am I here? Even my girlfriend was like, why did they let y'all go to work? They should have sent y'all home. I said, because this company don't care. They just want to make their money. So a lot of people did a UE, went home anyway. So they said today's going to be a full production day, which means it's going to be a 12-hour shift. So I'll say around 2 o'clock, the chatter was like, man, I'm leaving at lunch. I'm leaving at 2 because people just pissed off. They didn't want to be there because of what happened. They just felt like the company didn't care to say, hey, are y'all okay? Like this is one bad, but it was still bad enough. Maybe y'all should just take the day off. There's no, get what to work. We need to make these parts move. So the point is, a bunch of people like, well, I'm leaving at 3, I'm leaving at 4. So 3 o'clock comes around, a handful of people just took it upon themselves to leave. And I asked the supervisor, I said, hey, Daniel, I said, no, one of the leads walked up and said, hey, Mark, I'm gonna ask you, so-and-so leaving, are you staying or are you going? I said, well, shit, now you asking, I'm leaving. It's like, you just gave me an option. So I'm gonna leave. Now, if you'd have said, Mark, we still need to run till 6, I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna push back. I get it. That's why we had to come to work. But if you gave me the option to leave, bro, man, leaving. So he went and did that with everybody. So this got part to do with communication too, but I'm getting to it, y'all. Bear with me. So I go to Daniel, which is the supervisor. I was like, hey, Daniel, man, I'm gonna have to leave at 3:15. He's like, what? Why? This is a full production day. Nobody ain't supposed to leave. Y'all gotta leave until the bill is done. I said, man, nobody hit no bill. You see what happened. Nobody's into it today. He said, well, I can't tell you what to do. This is your own free will. You have your own choice. But if you leave, you will get reprimanded for it. But I can't tell you, you have to stay at work. I can't make you. At the end of the day, you're going to leave, you're going to leave. So I was like, damn, man, but I don't want to get written up. I said, but the other guy said it was an option. And then what's funny is the other supervisor, which is a lady, was like, wait a minute, what option? What are you talking about as an option? I said, yeah, your guy, your supervisor or your lead said, did we want to go or did we want to stay? She's like, oh my God, why would he say that? You just gave him an option. I would leave too. So even the supervisor was like, that was the wording to go and put out there. So this is the point I'm getting to. One of the young guys was like, fuck this, man, this is free will. We don't have to answer to nobody. This young generation, we do what we want. So we don't want to work, we ain't gonna work. So we all going home. So the point I'm making is that about saying this is who we are, we're gonna do what we want. They just totally abandoned the job, basically. I mean, everybody left. The head supervisor, the president got mad, just shut production down because half the crew left. So I know it could be said, well, hell, they gave you the option, true, but it's just a comment is what I'm bringing it all forefront to, is where he said, we could do what we want. This generation, we don't care about this job. This is just a job, it's not a career, which in a sense, technically he's right. But it's just, that's what I'm saying, is if we keep going that route where we could do what we want, this is our free will, it's just, where's the order going to come? You're going to have this where people literally abandoned the job and just left? You know what I mean? To the people that did choose to stay, I know a lot of people want to be like, well, they chose to stay, that's their fault. But that's what I mean. When that happens, then you doing things that's going to do a ripple effect. It's going to start affecting other people. So I agree with it, but I just, at the end of the day, to close this, is it has to be managed better. That's all my argument is. Be you, but be a little bit more manageable. Don't be reckless with it, because I think that's where it gets out of hand. There's nothing wrong with being free and doing things in own free will. Be more tactical about it. That's all. My saying is, be tactical. Don't be messy. And to me, that's just, again, that's your prerogative. But it ripple effects. It affects everybody at some point when you do that messiness and and just not manage it. Now, if you're doing it to yourself, teach his own. But when it affects other people, that's when you gotta be better at how you handle that. But that's my closing argument.
No, I agree with you. But I was looking at the comments on YouTube. There was one comment, but one person, Diamond Girl.
Oh, that's Jackie. Get your butt back to training. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Diamond Girl is okay. So Diamond Girl
wait a minute.
said,
No, that's somebody else. My bad, Diamond Girl. I know who you are now. Go ahead.
So Diamond Girl
that's
said,
Felicia.
yeah. So Diamond Girl says, it's twofold. We like to be comfortable and look good. Everyone knows that men go out to see women and women go out to be seen. Women who get mad when a man looks at her is foolish and is in denial.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting coming from a woman.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess women would know best. So
Yeah,
I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not even going to try to address that.
Yeah.
So then she said, and I heard this before.
What?
She said, women also dress for each other. We want to look sexier than the other female in the room.
Oh, yes. I agree with that 100. A comedian said that, man. He said, she ain't dressing to look good for you, man. When she put those shoes on, she want the comment from the other woman. It's not about you, it's about the other woman. Think about it. And I said that one time. I told somebody, oh, man, you look good. It was like, oh, thanks. Let the girl come up. And she was, oh, my God, you look good in those shoes. Oh, thank you, girl. And it was so much more appreciated and accepted. I was like, seriously, I just told you the same thing. She said, yeah, but when a woman likes you and give you a compliment, that means more because women are so competitive against each other. It gives you more of a validation coming from another female. So I agree with that. That is it. More women try to, and I hear women say, well, look at her wearing that outfit. She know damn well she shouldn't be wearing that. Or, oh man, she's wearing that outfit. She look good in it when they give them the props. So I agree with Diamond Girl on that one. That is true. That's facts on that. Most definitely. But yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So I think it was a good conversation. We kind of drifted off a little bit into something a little bit deeper, but I think that has a lot to do with some of it. But based off of this comment from Diamond Girl, then I'm totally off base on it. So I don't know. Maybe I'm in my universe. That's what I think it is, and that's not what it is. Yeah. But with no further ado, we thank you, Diamond Girl, for responding and interacting. Don't forget, like, subscribe if you haven't already. Everyone else, as I always say, your thought becomes your belief becomes your manifestation. We thank y'all again. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Make sure you share, okay? Yeah. And we'll see y'all next time on episode 34. Until then, peace, love, and light.
All right, and we're out. Okay, you still alive on the other one.
Okay. I don't know how to stop it on that.
I guess it's still one at the top. Oh, it's still on there.
It's not giving me the option to disconnect it.
Is that Facebook? I mean, YouTube, or that's the?
Yeah, that's YouTube.
Oh well.